We were 1 week shy of our 50th wedding anniversary, where we had scheduled a big party at the local Capitol Club. We had family coming from back east and friends. It was to be a spectacular celebration. Incidentally, a year later, we did re-celebrate it. We called it the Celebration of Life instead of the 50th anniversary. After our ordeal, the Celebration of Life was very appropriate. That particular day of our accident, we were driving on Highway 17, coming into Los Gatos, when all of a sudden, out of the corner of my left eye, I saw what I thought was the grill of a car. And that's the last thing I remember until I heard somebody, it was either a fireman or emergency worker, say to me, we're going to remove the roof of the car and get you out. That's when I first realized we were in a terrible accident. And it was. During the accident, both of my legs were broken. My right knee was shattered, and Jackie had her.
The left side of my face was shattered.
While I was in the convalescent hospital, a good friend that I had worked with for many years dropped in to see me, and he says, "You know, Jerry, you were really in a horrendous accident." And he says, "You're looking at long-term and lots of medical bills." He says, "You need to get yourself an attorney." He says, "You know lots of attorneys, so do I." He said, "But none of the ones that we know are capable of handling something like this." He says, "You need to get an attorney that is not an individual, but has a firm with other associates that can help work on the case." And he said, "You need an expert, an absolute expert in personal injury. There's only one attorney for you to use, and that is Richard Alexander." I called him. He was there to see me within an hour, maybe an hour and a half. He got all the pertinent information and then said, "I've got enough now, I'll be in touch." Well, I expected to get a phone call from him. Instead, later that evening, he came back to the hospital. For the next 10 months, Dick labored tirelessly over our case. I learned during this period that Dick was a true professional. He covered every aspect of what was coming up. He knew it, he knew how to handle it, what to do, and guided us through. I say Dick, we found to be a true professional and a person who had great compassion for the people that he dealt with. We both found him to be a friend.
Yes.
On the eve of when we were to appear at our trial, he reached a fair but very generous settlement on our case. If I needed to recommend an attorney, or was asked to recommend an attorney for any sort of a personal injury, there is no question in my mind that the only attorney that I would recommend would be Richard Alexander.